Alright, let's get started here. Just making sure everything's calibrated. We're good to go. We're at about 130 people for OFCRA today. Technically about 132, but that's fine. We have Indian Army versus Pakistan Army for today's OFCRA match. I'm going to go ahead and put that prediction up. We'll set it for like 20 minutes. We'll do 20. Blue 4. India up for Pakistan. And we'll get that going. Looks like we have blue 4 on the south, op 4 on the north, line of control in the center. Op 4 is going to be on offense here based off of the turnout of operations on the map. Let's go ahead and have a look at everything. So, there is going to be 2 common objectives, and then there is going to be destruction versus defense. Where's the LOC? Oh, past line of control. Okay, I gotcha. Then there's another red zone over here. I'm assuming that's a spawn zone because that is a construction zone. Oh, I get it. So these are fobs. Okay, fascinating. Well, I'll give a few minutes before I do the point breakdown, though. I was just familiarizing myself with the objectives there. Angel... You know what? You know what? Because it amuses me, sure, buddy. What side are you going to put 5 rations on? Blue 4 or Op 4? India's Blue 4, Pakistan's Op 4. I will write it down. If you win, I will double that ration count in... I'll put 5 more rations on your roster. If you lose, I take 5 away. The reason Angel's betting 5 rations is because in our Congo campaign, I've added... we haven't gotten enough people to have enough money to play poker yet, but people asked me to play blackjack, and I'm like, sure, F it, why not? And so far, I think everyone except 2 people have actually made money that I've tried. It's been the funniest thing. Can I wait till the bet ends? You have 5 minutes. Because I want to be able to write it down because I got to start, doing my stream stuff and whatnot. So, yeah, you got 5 minutes, broski. To use the mission command, you can look at what's available there. But if I don't get it down in 5 minutes, then it's no. Otherwise, we have this in Pog today. Charlotte, Angel is betting some of the rations he won in the first auction because I think he got the ration box. He lost most of them in blackjack today, though, unfortunately. So now he wants to bet rations on the OFCRA match. Pog should be fine tonight. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not, like, how do I say this? I'm not excited for it, but, we'll see it. It'll be good. I'm excited for the pay for pain stuff coming around, but right now we're just kind of in a simple loop of they're taking territory while Op 4's taking territory, and we're waiting out things to go. Sure, Charlotte. How many RPK mags do you want to bet, and who are you betting on? You have 3 minutes before I cut these off. Because after OFCRA ends, I got to set up, I got a buddy coming over to try some ciders, and maybe I'll get tipsy for OFCRA. That'll be fun. You're excited because you joined Pog? Fair. I'm a little worried with the roster I saw, because it had a lot of people in vehicle crew slots instead of infantry for some weird reason. I'm like, Maybe at this point, Green 4 is bullied enough where if air just blows up all their assets and then the vehicles kill all the infantry, maybe things will be good, but we'll see how things go. 10 rations Op 4. All right. Blue 4, 9 RPK mags. All right. So one of you's losing. Fair enough. Pog Pay for Pain is not today. It is in, I want to say, 2 weeks from now. So I think... I mean, it also depends. It might take a little longer because the map is... a lot of Green 4 stuff is appearing. And I have a feeling we're going to, like, unlock... all of the green 4 areas I intended to put on blue 4 side. So what might happen is if blue 4 is quick today, which I doubt, but you know, you never know. That's why I opened up some slotting in my community, but not that many people seem interested. I wonder why. But I was hoping to kind of blitz things so we could then, you know, blitz some of the green 4 positions in the rear line, but we'll get there when we get there. Regardless, let's actually do our point breakdown now that we've been streaming for a few minutes. So, Pakistani on the northern side, India on the southern side. India's blue 4, Pakistani's op 4. Line of control is right here. There are 2 fobs, these little red zones right here, and then a purple zone, another red zone, and then 3 positions right here. So if I were to make a guess, these 3 are the SAM sites. If blue 4 defends the SAM sites by the 60-minute mark, they are each worth a point. If Op 4 destroys them, they are worth a point each. Destroy, for Op 4's objectives continuing, there is a Indian D30 battery somewhere in the AO. I'm assuming it's at one of the fobs. They have to destroy that by the 60-minute mark, and that is worth a point. And if blue 4 controls these 2 fobs by the 30-minute mark, they also gain a point. Op 4 also has another objective to get 24 players past the line of control by the 35-minute mark, so that's probably just a giant trigger box right here. And then if there's enough Op 4 players there, then they'll gain that point. And then we have 2 capture zones. We have a 65-minute capture zone right here at this little red position, and then the final endgame cap zone at the end here. These are each worth 2 points. So 1 point for blue 4, 1 point for blue 4, 3 points for blue 4 and Op 4. There's a D30 somewhere we'll find later that's worth a point to either side. Or excuse me, worth a point to Op 4 if it's destroyed. And then these are worth 2 points apiece. So it's going to really be up to... That was a very well-timed start there, but it's really just going to be up to if Op 4 can get enough forces positioned in time to win this fight. But otherwise, prediction is live. It's going to be going for another few minutes after things start. So let's go ahead and have a look at blue 4 here. So Indian forces, we've got the big AT launchers. I'm not sure. Usually the camo pattern indicates it's thermobaric, but I've never... If I've seen that launcher before, it's been a really long time because I do not remember what type of AT weapon that is. It's a giant tube, though, but it's got some side scopes, so that's quite nice. Definitely single-shot disposable, though. But if you know what it is, feel free to bring it up. Looks like we got some TAR 21s here, some 416s, and then I believe that is a mini-me for the light machine gunners. TAR 21s with some GL pods as well, vanilla weaponry, interesting. Otherwise, that is that one blue 4 group here. They're trying to keep control of that zone. Looking at this other position here, another blue 4 team, similar weaponry, more so, actually no, pretty much the same. And then I'm also going to keep an eye out for that D30 battery. I don't see it in either of these outposts, so I guess we will have to keep looking. Otherwise, these SAM sites themselves here... Alright, so it's literally just S-400s, aka the CSAT quad piece. That is the radar system, and I assume this is another launcher. So they're just literally out in the open. Interesting. Alright, final red zone right here. I don't see a D30 in there at all, so I'm assuming a D30 might be just towable, and then the purple zone's this entire area here. Let's go ahead and up our render distance here. And let's have a look at the rest of the blue 4 spawn zone here. So, blue 4, we've got some Land Rovers, some Transport MRAPs. I think those are Russian ones, the Gazes. We've got the Special Forces ones because it's got that frontal PKT, and then we also have the 50 cals on top. Not scoped, though. And here's the D30, so if Op 4 find it and destroy it, they get a point. And then looks like blue 4's main weaponry for their forces here. Got some SR-25s, interesting, some AK-74s, some Negev machine gunners, interesting enough. No, those aren't SR, well, they kind of look like SR-10s. It's got that box mag. That makes me think it's some sort of 7.62 rifle of some sort, but they don't have the scopes for it. I don't know, feel free to correct me, I'm not familiar with that gun, but it's definitely a 7.62 based off of the gunshots I just heard. But that appears to be the main rifle they're all using. Interesting. Otherwise, let's go ahead and look over at Op 4's forces here for the Pakistani side. We've got a convoy right here of multiple 113s with 50 cals on them. Infantry weapons, we got G3s, it looks like. And some RPGs. Got some AKMs in play with the skeletal stock. It's another G3. Looking at the rest of the vehicles, more 50 cal 113s, and they have their own D30 battery as well. So I guess it's just worth points if they destroy blue fours. Interesting. That is one convoy group. We have another one over here. This appears to be SIG 556s with some airburst RPG launchers. They've got a Navstar with a 50 cal system, which just shot a guy. Okay. And we got some MG3s in play as well. Got some red dots on them, or at least the equivalent. And then we got some G203s on those 556s as well. So 3 Navstars there to work with. We also have an off-road. And then we have a group back here, which has a drone. Interesting. So I assume this is going to be command back here. They have an unarmed Yabin drone for scouting purposes. Probably to help find that D30 position. Otherwise, let's look at our roster here. Wombat is going to be leading Op 4 Kazag as his 2IC. Blue 4 is going to be led by Fonz. Otherwise, doing a slow scroll over of all the names. I don't like reading them all out because it kind of burns my throat out, unfortunately, especially when we have to read over 100 names. But otherwise, we got Twig King's group and Op 4. He's always one to watch. The Zixme NASA group is also under Op 4. So we have a lot of heavy hitters in Op 4. But again, in OFCRA, almost everyone is a heavy hitter. It just depends on your positioning. All right, and with that, that is pretty much the AO. So we'll just have to see how aggressive Op 4 is, because that aggression will pay dividends to this match. Otherwise, Bretchet, thanks for the 51-month resub, buddy. Hope you keep enjoying the operations. Hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. I'm just reading over everything here. You can't. Oh, are you talking about when FNF banned climbing trees because people were being smart? I'm going to be honest, the one thing I was lacking in my dev op today that we did in the morning for the Vietnam stuff, I forgot to put some tree snipers around. The fun thing about the tree snipers, though, is I can set them up because they can have a guaranteed unit spawn on top of them. I can just set probability chances to not guarantee they're there. Did they just get a second D30 battery? Did that just materialize in front of me, or am I crazy? Well, actually, no. I already know I'm crazy, but I think a second one came. Jetty, what's your what's your in-game username? I don't remember what else Scandy's gotten strap banned before. Oh, I see. It's Jesse. Okay, gotcha, gotcha. Jesse on blue 4, 10v40s. I'm just taking Deadpools now, I guess. Good God. What, was Blackjack not enough? 10v40s. There we go. As far as I know, What's That has uninstalled Arma 3, so I'm going to be honest, I need to start cleaning out my Discord a bit. I'm finally working on front logging everything because it's been a hot second, but I'm happy with everything there. AK Deadpools are like turbo illegal. I mean, it's in a video game, so as long as it's not real life, then we're fine, alright? We did it in Minecraft, guys. Yeah, I open up a blackjack thing for the Congo campaign, and Silent walks in with like, what, $400 or $500, and he leaves with like 1,300 because that fucker kept getting so lucky, and I'm like, where's Dream? Dream, I need you over here. You're the bad luck charm. Fix this. And no, he made it worse. It's pretty funny. I agree with What's That. It's a mix of player quality and op quality that can push people away from Arma 3. Like, I know a good chunk of, if not, no, the entirety of, like, everyone I used to work with in this game do not play anymore. I think the oldest person that plays now, unironically, might be Falcon, and I just unbanned his ass in my community. Like, beyond that, it would probably be Mac Marine. But, you know, they're not members of the old guard. They're from, like, the middle of it, but... Yeah. Here's what's probably going to happen, though. As Arma 4 gets closer into development, we might see a spike in people coming back to play stuff. But the spike's not going to really, like, be apparent till we hit Arma 4, which is going to be mid to late 2027. Now, that is a massive guess, mind you. I don't know anything official yet, and if I somehow get a rumor, and I'm quick enough not to, get NDA'd, I will let you guys know, but as soon as that NDA goes down... I'm not going to make, like, a video about it or anything, though. Like, I'm going to keep that to myself and just let you guys know for those that you, those of you that watch. Alright, OPFOR is going to have one hell of a movement to go. They got some special forces. They got a full convoy going. Unless Blue 4 moves to reinforce those FOBs, yeah, they're just going to outright abandon them because these are pretty much places to get murdered at that point. I think what's going to be really difficult for OPFOR, though, is, actually... Blue 4 might hold one single FOB and try to reinforce it, and then try to hold the SAM sites. That would give them a point lead, and then they can hold this final position back here. OPFOR, I mean, it's a near guarantee that they're going to wipe these two FOBs and then get past the line of control within the 35-minute mark. So, beyond that... I think Blue 4's best bet is to try to hold the entire area, especially around the riverbed, through a few loose patrols to intercept anything that crosses to hold the SAM turrets, and then just hold the red and purple zone down here for the most points. But in OFCRA, they're very slow and they're very methodical, tactical, and that, you know, all slows them down, so maybe they'll be able to prevent OPFOR from getting to the SAM sites by the hour mark, but this is going to be a long game. Absent, yeah, I remember you playing way back when. Or at least I remember a player named Absent playing. But weren't you in today's op, though? Yeah, back when tiers were a thing. The tier system, I think, was great. It's just... It created a bit of a toxic elitism that, after the course of, I want to say, 2 years, kind of screwed everything over. We should have just... basically refresh that rank every, like, 2 to 3 months. If I were to do it all again... Yeah, you were there today, exactly. If I were to do the tier system again, I would tie it to the current training system I have, where if you get to a certain amount of training points, you just automatically get the tag for attendance. But again, it just means you get to do, like, you know, some special stuff here and there, but not that much. But I would bring back their own ops and everything. But yeah, no, the tier system was a way for people to progress. It's just... That's when you have to deal with, you know, up to 40 to 60 player ops at times, but... I can confidently say, as someone that's worked literally... in triple digits for player counts, and then as low as I've done solo ops for people. My ballpark range, like what I love to do, is anywhere around 20 players. 2 squads and an asset or 2. That's usually the best stuff I get. Though I will admit, from a meme content perspective, it's usually 20 to 40 is when I get the best stuff. And then as a content creator, I have to do a mix, you know, to keep you all together. Alright, so Blue 4's pulled back to this hill. This is where they're going to basically be overwatching to watch for OPFOR coming in. Meanwhile, the rest of Blue 4 on the other side have set up around that defensive position there. And reinforcements are going across various areas here. So Blue 4 might try to set up a defensive line on the line of control. And then I'd assume these groups are going to come down to assist with that FOB. Otherwise, it's going to get steamrolled. But right now, this is just pure transition time. Yeah, lowering people's tier was only done as a punishment. It was only done like a handful of times back in the day. Oh yeah, Zeusine has very radically changed over the course of, I mean, since 2016. Back in 2016, that's when Ares was starting to come out, and then it was replaced with Achilles 2 years later in, like, you know, 2018, 2019, and then 2020, 2021, that's when Zeus and Hand started taking over Achilles. And then a year or two after that, we started having Crow Zeus add-on, which I don't use often enough. And then we started having Deformer, and then mods like Foxhole coming out, and there's a lot you can do with this game now. And the modding community for it is great. It's just, there's very few players where you can, places where you can find a shit ton of players for it. And some of those places have their own drama problems, so it's just... it's a mess no matter where you look, you know? Blue 4 at 69.4, Op 4 at 56.3. Thank you. Here, I'm pouring myself the rest of my coffee so we can be entertained. But right now, we're just chilling. This is a pretty simple PvP. It's going to be a wait and see for the attackers to come in. We can analyze a few of their tactics, but based off of what Blue 4 is doing here, it's just a defensive line. Op 4 looks like they're going to start with one of their commando teams going in. It's a 6-man, and they are blitzing through. Blue 4 might be able to spot that vehicle coming in, but they are definitely rushing to the line of control. We could see that these vehicles are pretty much trying to push through just so they can go and start engaging those SAM sites. But anything's possible. You know, actually, it might be Devil Demon is one of the oldest players. It's either Devil Demon or Mac Marine now that I think about it. I used to confidently be able to say it was like Iceberg, but, you know, I might be sleeping on Devil Demon because he has been here for a very long time. And Devil, if you're here just now, I'm basically talking about who my oldest player is. In terms of everything. Yeah, Mac was a... yeah. So like I said, it's either you, Mac, but, I mean, before you two, it was definitely Iceberg. Iceberg, I have no idea what he's doing. Last I heard, he got a new job and then disappeared. Alright, so we have an Igla out here. But yeah, he was active for like 2 or 3 months and then disappeared. Unfortunately how things go, because, you know, life, jobs, all that stuff. I'm scrolling out, I'm trying to find who the drone operator is at the moment, because if you go into their first person, look on the map, there we go. So they're trying to get the drone up right now. I see it right there. We'll see if it gets Igla, because the Igla is right here. If that drone goes down early, that's going to make it really unlikely that Op4 is going to be able to find the Blue 4 D30 battery and eliminate it. They'll have to hone in on it instead. Drone's driving away now. It's flying right over the other positions. Do they have AA, though? That might have been the only one. Alright, meanwhile, we have a Navstar over here driving up the far left side of the line of control. Special Forces team's definitely going to try to infiltrate. We got some NSV turrets down. They're going to try to turn that fob into a kill zone to prevent Op4 from scoring on it. If that team deploys on the rear, though, that's going to be able to pretty much annihilate that Op4 team. I'd imagine Op4's goal would be to check these hills and basically clear out Blue 4, and then after they're cleared, they can immediately fold in and start working on the SAM sites. These guys should start hearing that vehicle by now, because I do, and I think they just called it. Nope, he's not panicking enough. AA launched and missed. Got flared off. Right, so we gotta wait and see where that second Igla is, because otherwise that drone is there to stay. Very unlikely to be shot down without some sort of guided missile. Now, I will say this, if OFCRA doesn't clear these hilltops, the main force is going to really struggle against these defensive lines. We have an attack car coming up. This is one of the 50 cals. Yep. That can penetrate into the Navstar and kill people inside, even if it's an MRAP, so... I'd imagine if these guys aren't going to dismount on the hills, they're instead going to try to bypass and head to the SAM sites and start taking them out early. Each one is worth a point compared to the single point on the FOB, so I get it, but this is also allowing for Blue 4 to make some pretty nasty defensive positions and inflict a lot of attrition damage on OPFOR. And it looks like they armored the turret by putting it in a trench and breaking it. Amazing, guys. Launch went out, and that seems to have hit the drone. But the drone does not give a shit. The drone is still alive. Huh. That should have killed the drone outright, but it didn't. Another thing with OPFOR being in the back line like this is if they do hear that D30, they can hone in on it. D30 has moved to this FOB back here. That is where they're going to deploy it. OPFOR also has 2 D30s themselves. They have them set up, so if they start taking fire from those hills, they can potentially get these on target. I'm going to be honest, though. OFCRA, I've never seen accurate mortar fire, and I've never seen accurate artillery fire. Maybe once or twice I can think of in any memory where the mortars got at least 1 or 2 kills, but I've never seen, like, massive multi-kills on them. Maybe today that will change. But at this point, we just gotta wait and see. Blue 4, I'm really surprised that they're just gonna leave a squad out here to fight on their own. They have all these trenches dug up. OPFOR, though, their plan might not even be to go for that FOB because Blue 4 doesn't score any points from holding it. OPFOR might just be to take this FOB, move past, hit the SAM sites, and then encircle that and just defeat Blue 4 on detail. So if I were to give an edge right now to either side, I would say it is definitely OPFOR's game to win at the moment. And I agree, artillery is useless without dedicated spotters, and that's what, okay, they got the turret fixed, that's funny. That's what OFCRA kind of lacks, is that clear communication between the spotter and the artillery gunner. It just never seems to work out. These PvP matches are 1 life. Usually I state when it's not 1 life. There are a few PvP matches we've done in the past that aren't 1 life. Coalitions, for example, are multi-life, but I don't even know if Coalition's still around, to be honest. They might be, they might not. That's where I got the really funny CCO memories. That's where we got the fucking emu memes. That was also, like, that's also why I do not play PvP a lot, is because I had a really shit experience in there. Alright, so we got 1 Blue 4 guy running up to where he's... Wait, this is Blue 4 Command. No, okay, it's a squad leader. Roofy was here with him. I see. So they were set up here with the 50 cal, and the 50 cal sniped him out. So this is a squad leader. Sorry. Yeah, CCO 6. CCO 7, I also joined. I was supporting a buddy of mine who ran Arma Finland at the time. It was just US versus Russia, but it was like Bradleys versus BMP2s. UH-60s versus MI8s. We had pretty inferior gear to Blue 4, and we lost. Ah, memories. All right, OPFOR getting some early picks here. They're shooting out more of the vehicle. They could take it if they want to, but I think they're trying to find where Goose is, but he's hunkered down. But, oh, look at this. So they're going to come up on the rear here, and they're going to secure the positions from the 6. and basically get on one of these hills, take it over, and then start firing at the other hills, then potentially call Artie around. I am very worried about Blue 4 here, because I feel like Blue 4 is really setting themselves up to be defeated in detail. We also have someone that was wounded here, probably armed himself on the stairs. That happens all the time on this map. But fun fact, Lithium will be making a return in my community for a training campaign. Not for at least another, I want to say, month and a half, though. Brig, buddy, thanks for the raid to 17. How are you doing? So we got people set up on this 50 cal, or 12.7 launcher here. He's also bleeding a bit, but he's definitely looking at the units down there. Cash-in time is not going to be for another 15 minutes, give or take. And we're just waiting to see these OFCRA guys. They've dismounted just before the hill, and they're going to start moving in soon. We're hearing some distant explosions. That was an RPG shot that landed right here and managed to get a kill and some change. That was Rizbo, who's marked as an AT gunner. Yeah, so that is an RSGH launcher of some sort, because that is definitely a thermobaric explosion. So that range, we have one kill over here, and there's another guy right here. We see where the launcher was. Dead on. Beautiful shot. We have a vehicle driving up here, 113. It's trying to dodge fire from that 12.7 machine gun that can pen into it. But we're about to see OPFOR counterattack. Hold up, we got OPFOR scanning for Blue 4. But, so that was Goose on his own, but Jesco found him and knocked him out. We still need to see him double tapped. Do I take a summer break or continue through the summer? God, I haven't had a summer break since college. If you're asking if I take a break for content, no. No, year-round. Only breaks I take are if Bloodwind wants to go on vacation. All right, so the Pakistani groups to the south have started engaging that central Blue 4 group on this hill. We do have a knockout right there. No kills yet, but now these guys are going to start getting pincered between two positions. They're pretty much SOL here. I'd imagine these three positions are going to get encircled and defeated in detail. Will it buy Blue 4 enough time to defend the SAM sites, though? I don't think so. Because even after the 35-minute mark, which is 35 plus 8 for the safe start time, that's actually 18 minutes from now. So I was getting that time wrong. So 18 minutes to clean this up, and then another 30 minutes or 25 minutes to go down and hit these quickly. There's no way. There's no way that's not enough time for that. So that's a double negative. So I'm basically saying OPFOR is they've got this. You know, Aries, unironically, this is my dream job, and I cannot last more than 3 days away from it. I have gone on vacation in the past for a week even too, very, very rarely. But after 3 days, I'm ready to get back to work. I'll go on my phone and start working on anything I can from my phone. All right, so they just tried to fire, I think, an RPG from that range onto that hill, but the RPG only has a maximum range of like 750 meters, so that cooked off in the air. This Blue 4 group, I think, is going to potentially try to fold back because they know that they're getting pushed from multiple angles on the left and right, so falling back is definitely the best option. They left an SSWT kit, but that's fine. They're struggling with one guy who doesn't need to... Oh, God, and they ran him over, they killed him! No! Oh, he couldn't get in the vehicle fast enough! Oh! You gotta be quick. Blue 4, meanwhile, they're trying to pull out on foot, utilizing the saddle between these two hills, and they're going to try to go down the valley. It's very open. And you do have OPFOR watching that area now because the vehicles retreated on that direction. So Blue 4 is basically trying to pull everyone out, realizing these forces are getting encircled, and there is no point in them staying here. Meanwhile, it looks like OPFOR have a GMG in place, and they're actually trying to use it to range shots on this position, and they're being incredibly accurate. They are just short of the fortifications. If they adjust them a little to the left, that is going to bomb the shit out of this spot. That is slowly lowering the fortifications. We have an FPV drone in play. And it just killed a guy. Oh my God, yes! I didn't know either side had FPVs. That was amazing! I love FPVs in PvP, especially one life PvP. It's brutal. But that's war for you. Last time I saw drones was the Warhammer 40k PvP, which was Tau versus Cadian, and the Taus just spammed the hell out of their drones and managed to get a few kills here and there. It was beautiful. All right, so Blue 4 are retreating from that hill. We're pretty much secure here. We still have this group right there in the saddle. I'm waiting to see if OP4 notices that, and then they just push these forces in and completely murder those guys in the open. Blue 4 is going to successfully have that position defended, but that scores them no points. It's only if OP4 captures them. So they're just meant to eat up time. I think at this point, though, OP4 definitely have more than 24 people past the line of control. So as long as OP4 doesn't take multiple mass cases, they're fine. They're bringing the turret with them. That's admirable. It looks like 3 of them are going to be able to get out of here. GMG still trying to get up to him, but I think they're at max range. Yeah, just get in at this point, dude. That vehicle's going to skirt around, and I think all things considered, Blue 4 pulled out as many people as they could. Some are still in threat, don't get me wrong, but Blue 4 made the right call here to pull forces back, because otherwise they just would not have had enough people to continue the rest of this operation. So now they have a chance. We'll probably see these guys start folding back maybe a few minutes early from the 35-minute mark, which is cashed in at the, what's 35 plus 8? 43-minute mark? And then you're just going to see a solid defensive line around these final 2 zones. Blue 4 congregating in the red zone first, because that's worth 2 points. But we'll see if OP4 can try to hit the SAMs from range. Little bit of red on red now. So there is a bit of confusion here on OP4's sides. They haven't realized that both sides are friendly here, and that's going to buy time for the Blue 4 element here to fold under both of their noses because of this misconception. It sucks, though, because these guys are super in the open right here. If OP4 wasn't busy killing themselves, they might be able to notice. But I think they just radioed that in and realized we already have 2 of the Special Forces teams moving out. That is going to, I think that's actually one group. They repaired the Blue 4 vehicle and immediately hit a tree and lost a wheel. Excellent. I just caster cursed them. It's great. I don't know if they're going to blitz to the purple and red zone or if they're going to try to hit the SAM turrets. Based off of where they were moving, it looked like they were going to try to blitz to the cash-in zone. I think if OP4 were to start sending their elites teams there, they would definitely begin to interdict and prevent Blue 4 from just kind of getting around this area. Also, that might be within the minimum range of the D30, so they might be able to completely negate that D30 battery. I'm also surprised these guys aren't calling D30 shots on either of those hills. They should be close enough to range. Oh, well, I don't think it's going to matter. They're about to call SSG-2 down and kill these guys. RPG goes out. Beautiful shot, but I think he fired an AT round. Yeah, those aren't going to do much damage, unfortunately, unless he literally nails somebody with it. Well, he got the tail of Azanor and knocked him out with that, so that's a good shot. Another one. Is he double tapping right on the body? He better be. Beautiful. Double taps Azanor and knocks out Manco. Head honcho of OFCRA, by the way. That one's way off. Too far to the right, but I love that. I love that he was able to nail a guy and knock Manco out with it. At that range, I mean, you have to be pinpoint with it. Really surprised we're not seeing the 50 cal cars starting to come down and run these Blue 4 units down. Great way to get guys, though, is put an RPG down, knock a guy out, wait for other people to run up to medic him, and then put the RPG in the exact same spot. You're guaranteed a few kills at that point. All right, these guys trying to find a little bit of cover here. They do. Now we need to see OP4 come out here and engage. That one lands a little far. This guy is unironically crazy. That one lands a little short. Just standing in the open. Now we have the 50 cal lining up to flank these guys. They need to stop moving the car and just let the gun go. And this is the flank. Delta goes down to the 50 cal. These guys are trying to crawl away. Now we have enfilading fire being delivered, so if they try to take cover from one direction, they're exposed from the other. Rizbo gets knocked out. Manco gets knocked out and double tapped. Now it's just Jonathan, and they're not even firing back. They've pretty much given up. Jonathan risks some medical. That gives some movement. We're probably going to see the 50 cal finish him off in a moment. There's the 50 cal shots. Jonathan takes another hit. Moves again. I imagine the 50 cal. I think I see that box moving to reload right now. So Jonathan's got, I think, 5 more seconds to live tops. And there's the ammo back, and there's Jonathan getting double tapped. Rizbo woke back up, trying to find a sweet spot here. Tries to hide behind a little bush. We have some Blue 4 over here. Rick Hunter, I don't know where he was a part of, because he wasn't part of that 3-man group, but he's now dead. I don't know what that was, but oh well. Rizbo is pretty much playing dead right now, and it's working, because that one guy distracted the OFCRA force long enough for them not to check this area. They're definitely going to come down here and check him out, though. All right, we got some other Blue 4 moving around. Again, Blue 4 needs to focus on making some defensive areas here. They've set up some Overwatch areas. Looks like their vehicle got smoked out, so they took fire, and now you got this OPFOR team moving up to basically finish them off. Does Blue 4 have any short-range AT? We got 2 AT gunners, but it's Igla, and he doesn't have ammo, so they don't have any way to really defeat that vehicle unless they get a lucky headshot. Rizbo trying to put some GLs on top of that OPFOR position. He's landing a little short, but he's caused a rout in this team, but the other team is now engaging him as he pretty much tries to run away. Honestly, if he wants to try to get away, he should be triple timing, but yeah, now the 50 cal's turn around. There's multiple shots onto Rizbo. He survives the 50 cal, and he gets shot in the balls, and he's dead. Rest in peace, Rizbo. Next bit of combat is going to be OPFOR trying to get the ambush on this Blue 4 group. Rapira here is holding with the 50 cal to try to cover for his guys. Doesn't look like he has a lot of ammo in that box, though, so he's waiting for them to crest the hill. OPFOR cut the engine and start dismounting. OPFOR also mobilizing a lot of forces past. Blue 4 have set up an additional team over here. Blue 4 is misreading this AO hard. They don't realize that OPFOR is just going to go all in here. They don't care about the 1 point. They care about the, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 points down here. So a little bit of misplanning by Fawns here. And OPFOR is just blitzing it. We hear some D30 shots going in. I think that's the D30 battery by Blue 4 firing. I'm looking to see if one of those triangles flash in the distance. Rapira gets spotted. Twig ran out of ammo or something. He's pulling back instead as he now takes fire. And Twig takes friendly fire from his own guys since he was firing in the direction, and they tag him. And Pi is really determined to get that double tap on Twig's body. D30 shots landing far. Trying to figure out where that's coming from. We have that Blue 4 position. They pulled back with that NSV. OPFOR, they do have a medic here. Jasper could run up and try to medic Twig. And we have some MG fire coming onto these buildings. These guys have folded into this little cop here. Twig wakes back up, and he's immediately bandaging. Probably asking his fellow medic to come down and help him at that point. Looking at this 3-man team, they've done a pretty good job surviving drones, GMGs, and now they're trying to basically engage from range, but they just haven't been close enough to actually get any accurate fire on the enemy. I guess in relative terms, though, they have delivered quote-unquote accurate fire. Accurate fire means it's getting around them, but they haven't gotten any kills. I think that RPG just... There were 3 people here. And now there's 2. Salsanuk, excuse me, has a -1, which means he's team killed. So I don't know who that was, but he got blown up. And now you got OPFOR. Yeah, they're going to just go all in on these 2 zones and then maybe send a few guys around because this is worth the most amount of points. So 1 point for that, and then the 4 points here is going to defeat the 3 points Blue 4 has for those SAM sites. So I'm gonna be honest, with how divided Blue 4 is right now, I'm actually really comfortable calling an early GG here for Op 4. There still needs to be a bit of work done, but based off of where things are going, yeah. Completed by West, failed by West. It should be East, though. Unless they're adding the points, but I thought Blue 4 weren't able to score for the FOB. Hold on one second. Oh, you're right. He might have been the guy getting run over by the car. Okay, no, I misread it. It's Blue 4 that scores the points for the FOBs, not Op 4. So they scored the point there. They did not score the point for that zone, though. So, Op 4 can score by finding the D30 battery and having people over the line of control, and then eliminating the SAM sites, and then we have the 4 points for those 2 objectives. So even then, Op 4 is definitely going to get a point for having multiple people over the line of control. So that's going to tie the game 1-1. And then it's just up to the SAMs in the neutral zone. I just misread the positions. Basically, who scores on what. So that's why Blue 4 was so content with holding that FOB. Alright, 50 cal fire going. They're trying to hit the 113s. We're going to see these Blue 4 groups immediately mount up. Some might move around to counterattack, interestingly enough. And then the rest, I think, might run off on foot. They're either going to head to the SAM site or go defend these areas, but I'm not sure these guys are going to be close enough to actually be able to assist anything. Great work by the NSV turret trying to box down one of these nav stars here. It's full of people, so if they can get a full box of ammo in the center, they'd be able to get a few kills. Only way Blue 4 can bounce back is if they get some good multi-kills here to lighten the load here. We just had an RPG fire. It goes just short of the vehicle. These guys quickly mounting up. We should see a 50 cal trying to mag dump this vehicle at the moment. Rounds are just lawn. They are adjusting. Glass got cracked. They're going to immediately pull back. Engine might have just gotten shot out. Oh, okay, no, the audio cut out. FPV drone. Uh-oh. Oh, he just missed. He hit the tree. Oh, I waited with bated breath for that one. They're still putting fire on it, but it's not accurate at this point. It's close, but no cigar. Op 4 now up here engaging another Blue 4 position. From here, Blue 4, the 2 remaining guys folded back as well. Op 4 is basically forcing Blue 4 to consolidate. And now we're also going to have the Navstar here start to get around and engage these SAMs because Blue 4 doesn't have any cover on them. That's going to be an additional 3 points because Op 4 still have like 25 minutes to get those. Like I said earlier, it's pretty much GG here. The only way Blue 4 can win is by holding those 2 final zones, but they don't have the manpower. It's a valiant effort, though. Gunner there just took a hit. Yeah, there was always the C4 darter putting explosive charges or a satchel on a darter. Alright, so I think Blue 4 is trying to send these guys up to look for Op 4 artillery pieces. That's not a bad call, but unfortunately that is taking a squad away from the defensive line. And just look at all the people still alive on Op 4. I don't see any skulls. Compared to Blue 4, where they have lost an entire team, but we do see a skull here and there. There have been disconnects on both sides, though, from the dead, but... You know, I think what would have made this a little more interesting is if we had ACOG 50 cals on both sides. Or, better yet, a few ACOGs on the Land Rovers, because I think those exist in the 3CB BAF mod. Having scoped 50 cals definitely changes the game. Alright, completed by East for 24 soldiers past the line of control. And we just had a D30 battery fire and actually land pretty accurately on that hilltop, but again, they've moved. I just heard another artillery shell come in. So I think they reported that position, but they're moving away. That audio could potentially allow that team to hone in, but they're still multiple kilometers away. They're not going to be able to hear it in time. Oh yeah, when the Pakistan-Indian conflict broke out, you know, from what, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, people were looking at Arma footage. It was that same freaking Altis video that they were using back when the Ukraine war started, of the damn Sea-Wiz shooting down A-10s. And once again, people passed that off of what was going on in India and Pakistan. I'm like, what? No. Chuckleheads. Alright, so these guys are taking a little bit of flanking fire from the north. OPFOR making a pretty long defensive line here. We still have this force harassing. I want to see if an FPV drone gets up again and tries to hunt these guys down. But we have OPFOR moving on this northernmost group. I can't tell if they're thinking about mounting up or not yet. But OPFOR is making a really good battle line to basically hit all these hilltops, and then you're going to start seeing a concave attack on these final two zones. We do see Blue 4 forming up on those positions, but OPFOR is just going to call artillery and clear them out beforehand. Well, Killing, I'm going to be honest, some people just don't know any better. A lot of people are not willing to do the research to actually look at anything, you know? Look at the Blue 4 flank. Oh, yeah, because OPFOR have the GMG over here. But Blue 4 aren't going to be close enough to do any engagements. You still got that northern team there doing not much. And I assume, yep, so that is one SAM down, one SAM down. That's 2 points for OPFOR. That team's going to run up, find the last one, and hit that as well. So that's going to be 4 points to OPFOR so far. Blue 4's only hope, then, is to defend those two zones with everything they have at that point. Yeah, good call, Angel, but unfortunately that team just missed it, but it looks like they're pulling back now. Now you have the D30 towing up. I don't know where they're going to put it. If anything, I'd put it in the safe area over here and use that so you can keep this area within range, but they definitely have to move it because now OPFOR is getting too close to utilize that D30 artillery piece properly. We see a bunch of smoke rounds landing up here. I don't know if that was OPFOR trying to put HE on it or trying to range it, but yeah, just a tick to the northwest and they should be able to get it. These guys, though, they might end up trying to do a flank on one of these sides. That would be pretty devastating. But once again, Blue 4 is going to be forced to pull back here. I mean, technically, you could also put the D30 battery at the base of a hill and then just, like, slightly nudge it up and then just fire it until you hit directly on the hilltop. Use it as a direct fire weapon with, you know, devastating results as long as you can reload it quick enough before their RPG gunner tags you. Alright, so we got a big OPFOR squad now coming up on this area, too. Another OPFOR group is battle lining onto this area here. Blue 4 still sticking around. They might pull back any moment now. So I got to give Blue 4 credit here. With the squads they have in the zone, they're at least making a conscious effort to mount up and pull away before OPFOR can get on top of them. So I got to give it to Fonz for that. It's just, unfortunately, Fonz has his guys spread out way too much. And it's just a little bit of a defeat in detail. Because even if all but one squad pull back, I mean, that's how one squad got wiped here. This squad might not pull back in time, and this group might be able to get on top of them. That's another wipe right there. Those numbers stack throughout this 90-minute match. What might do them credit, though, is if they're able to sneak these vehicles up along the rear of OFCRA's line, but OFCRA is remaining incredibly vigilant here. And I think this 50 cal is about to, yep. RPG goes out. It's way short, though. Contacts open up right here. We have a massive issue over here. I just saw a lot of wounded symbols. This team of 4 that we saw mount up here. It looks like they were trying to regroup with these guys, but they got spotted and taken out by the 50 cal. Engine got knocked. We have 2 down, 2 dead. And if they wake up, the 50 cal is just going to finish them off. Meanwhile, this squad getting pushed. Grenades going out. You have Skippoo running for it. They give no man got a glimpse on him, but Skippoo runs into the smoke. It's another squad down. I just want to check here. That third one's smoking, so all of the SAM sites are down as well. Got a big amount of blue 4 right here. Looks like they had 1 wounded. They're going to get him back up. And OPFOR just checking that position to be thorough. You have the OPFOR GMG team right here. The NSV is driving up. They might... I don't know if they noticed the truck or not. Shadow, you got to look left, buddy. Oh, come on, bro. He's got an MP5, though. He's not going to be able to engage that. Yeah, he immediately sees that and calls these guys. But you have a drone backpack, right? Hey. Deploy it. Deploy it. Immediately, Rixu takes a headshot. Gouliet, come on. Come on. Do it. Do it. Yes. It's an anti-vehicle 1-2. What a great grenade. It goes just far. Uh-oh. All right, who's getting killed? Spotty is. Holy fucking shit. That was the cleanest thing I have seen in a hot second. It's John Arma. Just Spotty does not give a shit. He just looks up and one-taps the drone. Literally tells OPFOR to get that shit out of here. Unironically, that was one of the sickest things I've seen in a hot second. Shadow flanked around on the side to try to get head. Misses the shots, though. But now you got Spotty coming up here. I would love to see Spotty just finish this team off. Just one-tap everybody. It is John Bohemia Arma here. Shadow gets a kill with that MP5. Spotty now running up. Gets one. Come on, Spotty. Get Rixu. The MP5 does nothing to Spotty because he knows 9mm doesn't touch him. Knocks him to his feet. Shadow forced to reload. Spotty gets up. Can't seem to line the shot up. Come on, John Arma. Don't get killed by a freaking 9mm here. Leziak marauding around. Spotty switches to his handgun instead. Leziak, I'm worried he's going to run up and finish. No, he's completely on the wrong way, and Shadow finishes him off. John Arma dies, but here comes Defoe. The Frenchie gets a double kill. Technically a kill and a knockout. French guy out of nowhere. I thought all the other blue 4 guys were dead, but apparently not. Leziak has decided, I don't need to be here. I'm highlighting that drone shot, though. That was beautiful. And Defraud is going to just wait this out, see if there's any other movement, do a little bit of medical. Smart call. Hearing some long-range 50 cal right here. I don't know if that's on Defraud or another guy right here. Jacques Arma. Yes. Try and do medical on the body, but nah, John Arma's dead. I'm sorry, Frenchie. Jack Bohemia. Alright, and then we've got... Looks like Blue 4 actually made it up to this vehicle. WikiCourt's actually... He woke back up. He's doing medical. I don't know if he'll be able to get Templar back up. Meanwhile, looking over here, we have this OFCRA team. It's just Twig King and another guy. Looks like most of the OFCRA group that came down here died, but now they're trying to get pickoffs with that 50 cal. They lost all their wheels, though. Now we're seeing OFCRA taking some decent casualties. Leziak looking around, Deflaw moving around. And then we got OFCRA starting to assault on their main teams, but look at the amount of Blue 4 here, and look at all the OFCRA around them. I mean, it's not looking good. Defrog goes over the body, finds Leziak, and the fire rate of the AK beats out the single shot of the G3. All right, I mean, those Blue 4 guys are pretty much pinned for the rest of the game here, as long as Twig here decides to keep shooting at them. They don't have wheels, so they're not going anywhere. They're just going to pick people off. And Blue 4 win that fight. I wonder if the GMG is still in the vehicle, though. Because, you know, the Frenchie, he could counterattack, you know? But it looks like we have a 50 cal kind of looking up here and trying to figure out what's going on. They might be able to see him because of how armored terrain sometimes works at range. But he is in cover from the 50. AT goes in, OFCRA trying to defend with what they can. Where has OPT4 or Blue 4 moved that D30 is my question. Because I genuinely have no idea. We have OPT4, they've given up their D30s and they're just moving in on foot, probably because they ran out of ammo, because I think when they fired the smokes round, that was it. Or maybe they just never had any offensive HE rounds to begin with. And all the explosions we saw was Blue 4. We have one squad of 8 entering the purple zone. At this point, I mean, Blue 4 are outnumbered like 3 or 4 to 1. So OPT4, they can afford to be rash and take casualties. But can Blue 4 inflict enough damage to kill everybody? Unlikely. Defraw moving up. I mean, if he had the GMG, he could set it up here. I'm just not sure if that team still has it, you know? Dixme taking fire from another... Okay, no, I thought that said French. It's just Ferex. My bad. But now you got OPT4 charging up to these positions. 50 cal still suppressing, because I think they have like 1,500 rounds across like 10 or 15 boxes. It's either 1,000 or 1,500. So Twig's just going to basically harass them for the rest of the game. You got this one truck driving in, even taking some friendly fire. Oh my god, that's the drone. Right into my camera. Oh no. Are they gonna... Oh, it gets hit! And it survives another Igla shot! The drone's invincible! That's the second Igla it's taken! Alright, unironically, I thought, you know, because it was Pakistan and they found Osama bin Laden in Pakistan, I thought that was gonna... I thought we were going to have a Mr. President, the drone, a second drone has hit the construction site or something. Ah, if only. All right, Blue 4 getting suppressed here. OPT4, I think they're trying to throw smokes. Or no, Blue 4's throwing defensive. Oh, look at that frag! Beautiful double kill by 2K Light there. OPT4 charging up on the northern side. Blue 4 only have like 5 or 6 defenders left. Defraw is out here, I guess, trying to find anyone he can pick off. But OPT4 are very busy charging this area. Looks like the 2 defenders in here got taken out. That was Ferex and the other guy. And, yep, they find them dead over here. We still have these guys all the way back here. I don't really know what they're doing. Oh, this might have been where the D30 was, because that's where the tow truck was. I just have no idea where the D30 is. Long-range RPGs going into... Wow! An HE round goes up and kills that one Negev gunner. Beautiful shot. Who made it? I can't tell. Might have been Wilkie here, because he has the AT symbol. And he's got to spend Warhead on his RPG. That was him, yep. Beautiful hit. OPT4 taking quite a lot of casualties as they try to move into this position. We have additional OPT4 ready to come in. So Blue 4 have definitely been getting a lot of licks in here, but, I mean, Blue 4 are pretty much down, and you got Twig and the other guys slowly driving up to this position. 3 Blue 4 left on that spot. And we still do have a good chunk of Blue 4 back here. Looks like the vehicle here got smoked, possibly by a 50 cal, and these guys are now doing medical. Meanwhile, in this vehicle, we've got 4 guys. So Blue 4, we might see some last-minute contenders come in. It's just we do have an Op 4 force overwatching the northern side now, knowing that there are additional forces coming in. They got the 50 cal facing that way, so Blue 4 definitely narrowed the number advantage, but I'm not sure it'll be enough. Blue 4 down to 5 players in the red zone, and only 2 players in the purple zone. Op 4 still have a good chunk, but we do have Defraud coming in. Maybe the Frenchie can make the difference. He is up to 3 kills. I agree. I've seen some really sick Iander level RPG shots this game. Like I said, OFCRA players, they're definitely a very high-tiered breed of player. So we got people working on medical. I'm wondering if any Blue 4 guys are going to poke their head out and potentially see these dudes. Oh, immediately the VOD gets headshotted. Nikita immediately realizes what's going on. He's going to camp the rooftop zone. And now we're down to 3 Blue 4. A little bit of red on red happening right here. I would laugh my ass off if Defraud came in and started mowing these people down. Rigel comes up, gets the kill on Nikita, punishing the camper for his hubris. Alright, Defraud, if you're smart, you're going to open up with a few grenades here, make them freak out, and then you're going to start picking people off. He's probably not going to kill everybody, but with those grenades, he'll get close. But this is a lot of dudes in a battle line. If he's able to engage the side of the battle line, he's good to go. He should also, if he can, wait for some people to open up. And that way he can distract fire. He has picked up an AK, which isn't going to blend well with the SIGs, but come on, Defraud. I see what he's doing here. It's just, will he have the momentum to do it? We already see some Op 4 now charging. He shouldn't be crouching, proning this. He should just be crouching right up to the bush and doing it from there. I get it, though, but now that this area is opened up, he has an opportunity to actually get kills here without losing stuff. All right, so get the double tap headshot on Flamen here. No? Did he forget Flamen existed? Because Flamen's not going to forget about you. I think this is what getting cucked feels like. Damn. Classic Arma PvP. The guy turns around at the worst spot. Grenade goes out. They immediately move around. Really good coordination not to lose anyone in that grenade. I applaud them for that. The Negev, though, in CQC, that should be a pretty formidable weapon here. I think they threw the grenade up there. It went through the little slit and landed right at his feet. Good grenade throw by Op 4. All right, Bursty's the only one left in the zone. Can Bursty channel his own inner Audrey Hotto and win the match for Blue 4? How would I know what it feels like? I said I think that's what it feels like. I've never felt that myself. God, no. Okay. He gets a guy. A grenade gets thrown on the second window. Hold on, he's doing it. He's on no kills, but he got a knockout. It's all right. It's all right. Bursty is baiting Op 4 to come to him so he can mag dump them with his gun. Except he got shot in the face. Okay, Bursty. That was good, but you need to avoid the getting shot in the face by the enemy part. And Blue 4 only has Baltic left in the purple zone. Yeah. Oh, yeah, and you got to avoid that grenade. He didn't avoid the grenade in time. Damn. All right. Now it's up to Baltic. Can Baltic channel his inner Audrey Hotto and win the match for Blue 4 by systematically killing all the Op 4 in the zone? Let's find out. Yeah, the drone operator's bored just flying that thing. All right, looks like Twig and the other guy got killed off. Blue 4 didn't take the vehicles because all of its wheels were down. We still have like 30 minutes in this AO. And Fonz, as Blue 4 command, he's going to try to crawl up and get some kills on Op 4 here. Let's see if he's able to make it. If he has a scope, he could just headshot people and, like, try to run distraction. Damn, that helmet actually stopped the bullet. Oh, he's shot Nicholas. Now we see the drive forward. Oh, I was hoping he would crush Nicholas. That would have been the funniest thing if he baited two people to go in front of the 113 and the 113 just runs him over. Oh, I would be gushing about that play. Oh, we were so close. That would have been the funniest death by proxy. .113's at least putting people in the cover. Dodges the headshot last second. No, I agree. They don't see where the muzzle flashes are at all. He's going for the driver. Driver folds in at the last second too. Pretty sure one of those guys was the medic. So Nicholas was squad leader. Gatto, who was working on him, was the medic. So this team is completely cut off right now. I don't think it matters, though, because that one Blue 4 dude just got Aloha Akbar'd. And granted, he took out a big chunk of Op 4 players around him. There's the Blue 4 guy, and there's, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 dead Op 4 around him. So at least he went 4-1 at a minimum. But unfortunately, it's not enough. Fonz, I think, just got the headshot. Yes, he did. Driver's still alive, though. And it looks like Nicholas woke up. He immediately gets knocked. And, well, this is the example of a good ambush. Aloha snack bar. That's a great way to say it. So it doesn't get algorithmed. All right, well, Op 4's winning. So that means Jesse lost 10 V40s. Charlotte lost all... No, Angel loses 10 rations, but Charlotte gains 9 RPK mags. Interesting. Hey, honey. What's up? Do I like what? You? I love you. Yes. Ooh, that's the island you want to get? Yeah, how much is it? I asked to. Yes, yeah, because we got a shit ton of stuff in the registry, right? Yeah. Sounds good. Ah, love you, boo. Huh? No. You can... Stop. I mean, the round's slowing down, so... Because I needed coffee. Because it was too hot to pour. And I always serve myself a little more than 1 cup. Yes. Well, it's tempered glass. It's not going to melt. Angel, what do you call me a sick bastard for? What'd I do? Don't you dare take this? Oh, no, I'm taking those rations from you, yeah. Alright, so now we got another Blue 4 team coming down. Oh, no, you're right. You did bet Op 4. I'm sorry, I misread Charlotte's thing. Charlotte loses the mags, you gain the rations. Ooh, I almost accidentally gave the wrong thing, so that's okay. I would have fact-checked it. I know. He bet Op 4. I, again, misread my wording there. You know what I should start doing for all the people that gamble against me? I should actually keep their money and put it in a side pool, and then I should use that money to buy more random shit. Yeah, Angel almost experienced what cucking was like. Yeah, we still have 31 minutes. This is a pretty clear GG. Use the money to fund the M23 guys. I'm debating it. I'm also debating opening up another slot for the game mode to run it like randomly on weekends. And then some of those weekend slots might be pay-for-pain style contracts. I don't know. I think almost all of our wedding stuff is done prepping, though. We got a musician. We have to go try a cake that we really want to get from a place, but we have to drive all the way up to Baltimore to do it, so that's going to be, I think 2 Saturdays from now. I got to check my calendar again, but like in 3 weeks, we should be good. And then I should have a slightly opened up schedule again. What type of cake? All right, so there's the completed objectives for the Indian air defense. So that's 3 more points to opt for. Fonz has tried to disengage from that hilltop after getting some knockouts. He's running down. The cake is going to be, what we're going to try at least, is an almond cake with, so almond flour, almond extract. I think it's almond extract, actually, but almond extract as the base, with a vanilla cream and a raspberry compote for that tartness. So a nice blend of almond, vanilla, and a little bit of tartness from the raspberry. And then I believe a Swiss buttercream. So a good blend of a little bit of savoriness from the almond, the tartness from the raspberry, the vanilla kind of lifts everything up. And then using a Swiss one, it's not overly sweet like an American. Sounds complex? Yes. Bloodwing and I are very complex food people. Which, actually, that's a lie. Sometimes we'll literally just throw, like, a frozen frickin' Hot Pocket or something. It's not a Hot Pocket, it's a calzone. Just throw one of those in and call it a day. But for the wedding cake, here's the deal. It's for 200 judgmenty Greek people, so we have to serve something complex. Because otherwise, they're gonna complain. And this is one of the very few things in my life where I actually have to care about optics, so we gotta give them a good show. Though there is something we put in the wedding that her parents are probably gonna be really mad about, but we don't care, it's our wedding, and it's, all I'm gonna say, it's a very Slaneshi thing. Alright, I mean, Fonz might be able to kill the gunner on this vehicle. I mean, Fonz, I would say, is our best bet here. Though we do have these 3 guys on Blue 4. I just don't see Blue 4 having the manpower to eliminate all Op 4 in here. Op 4 is going to be a little divided because they're going to keep a majority of their guys in here, but they only need to keep them in there for another 3 minutes, and then it's just the purple zone. We already just saw one Blue 4 guy get taken out. It's the Fonz. Yeah, well, the Fonz is about to probably get his head blown. Well, no. Compared to these guys, he's fine. Op 4's literally got in a truck, and they're just going to drive up and eliminate these 3 guys. Good God. No, I'm not going to cast a curse the rest of Blue 4. They can do that on their own. If I overuse the caster curse in obvious situations, then it loses its touch. Twig double taps that body. 2 more for Pog in my Discord. I'll slot them after this wraps up. Oh, you can tell they're fucking around. He's just trying to put a freaking AT round on Q-Boy at short range. Well, I guess medium, technically. The potency dilutes the curse. Exactly. Now, granted, these 2 guys tried to walk up. Wilhelm and Pussy Slayer. And there's a 3rd guy dead with them, too. So, I mean, that's why. Depso with an LMG. Very good player, but he is not going to be able to kill all these guys. His best bet would be getting into this gas and driving away and trying to find a different angle, but he is too stubborn to do it. But yeah, I'll have a dev stream late tonight. We can, you know, talk about random BS. Oh, Depso actually pulled it! Smartest call he can make. However, Cuboid has... Oh, he ran out of ammo for the Carl Gustav, so we can't hit him! Oh! Alright, Depso's going to live to fight another day. Fawn's entering the zone from the north. I mean, Depso misses... Oh my god, 2 AT rounds going and they both miss. Depso's a pretty good player. With an LMG, I think he can do a lot of damage. Fawn's questionable. Hey, you... I just praised you! I just praised you! Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, that's why we don't dilute the caster curse, because shit like that happens. I was being genuine, because Depso is a good PvPer. So is Zixme. So is Twig King. So is NASA sometimes. But, yeah, I mean, I thought he was going to continue to drive forward and then dismount, like, under here where he had at least a good amount of cover. Instead, I think he hit the corner and then decided, I'm just going to get out. And then immediately got shot in the face and then RPG'd. All right, there's the construction yard. Point-wise, it is 6-1. 1 for Blue 4, holding there, and that's it. And then Op 4 has gotten the 1 point for crossing the LOC with the amount of players. 3 points for these 3 areas, and then the 2 points for there. So it's actually 1, 2, 3. No, it is 6-1. 2 points remaining. It is a guaranteed Op 4 victory. So yeah, Angel, you won 10 rations, buddy. By the way, for those of you in my Discord that are in the Congo campaign, I've also decided you can blackjack items, because F it, why not? I would find it really, really funny if someone spent a lot of money and then blackjacks a rare item and then loses the rare item. But if they double it, then cool, they get 2. F it. I'm here for chaos. I appreciate Blue Force trying to rush up with a vehicle right here, though, to this Op 4 position. It's 4 dudes. I mean, that's a pretty good spot to be on. But yeah, I'm going to wrap this up within 10 minutes. Because the rest of Blue 4 is, yeah. Good defensive grenades by Op 4, but I don't think they knew this group was coming. I think that was Blue 4 accidentally throwing a grenade and almost killing themselves. Which, honestly, yeah, you should throw the grenades and then wait for them to detonate and then move forward, because otherwise you're just running up into your own grenades, and that's kind of silly. All right, Daniel gets spotted and taken out. So this Blue 4 group doing pretty well. Nicholas is on the rear. Audrey, not sure if he's noticed. 50 cal now firing, gets the headshot. Snipthor gets headshotted. Audrey tries to return fire. Doesn't get the shots in the mag. Double tapping by Tito. Audrey gets the pistol kill there. He now runs away into... Oh, ducks the Negev because it shot him in the leg. Nicholas also shooting at him, realizes he's shooting at the wrong guy, runs out of ammo. Tito trying to flank around. FPS Freak is just staring at him. Shoot him, Freak! Misses his shots. G3 full auto starts firing. Negev... Panic throw of a grenade, it goes far. FPS, just shoot him! Just shoot him, dude! Just staring at him like, oh, I don't know what to do. Tito gets pushed. Nicholas fires too early, switches to his handgun, misses every single fucking shot. I'll give you guys a hint. When you fire and move at the same time, it makes your sway go nuts, and Nicholas goes down. Now, will Tito shoot FPS Freak or vice versa? Tito thought about it. You saw that slow stare down. He thought about it. It took him a second. But yeah, that was messy. Oh, but looks like some Op 4 players realized, hey, there's Blue 4 up here, and I've moved up to shoot. Anyway, how's Fonz? Fonz is dead. Looks like Fonz got blown up in this building, but actually, we can check his body. Yeah, he blew up over here by that explosive. Crazy. Anyway. FPS trying to shoot Neves, and gets the shot on Neves as he tries to combat roll. FPS is trying to medic a dead body and turns into another dead body. And Tito decides to hide behind the vehicle. Good call. I'm going to be honest, if I was Tito, I would get in the back of this 113 and do my medicing there. Because if I'm getting pushed, I'm hearing gunshots, I probably want to hide if I need to do a lot of medical like that. Because right now he's exposed, and Vosberg here might see him. I lied. Wilkie is going to find him, and then he gets enfiladed fire and dies. All right, and then we have these 5, but I'm going to be honest, they're not going to push in time. And I'm going to be honest, I think we all have better things to do than to watch this one. It's going to go out quite spectacularly. So, Op 4 victory. I'll go ahead and pay it out. We will have POG in 3 hours. I'm going to run to the bathroom before I pay you guys out, though. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Go operate operationally. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. Cheers, and have a good one.